Jessie Appiah with us. I'm so excited that he's able to join us. Can you hear an echo?
Not much because I've literally lowered the volume on my phone, so I can barely hear it.
Okay, that's fine. All right, so we're streaming live on Instagram, on Facebook, and on YouTube. So we've both got two devices. So I'm looking in this direction for Instagram and this direction for Facebook, YouTube. So do pardon me. So yeah, we're gonna get cracking. So Jessie, welcome.
Hi.
To No Ordinary Life.
Okay. Hi guys.
It's good to have you on board.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, and for those of you who are watching us for the first time, No Ordinary Life is basically a platform where we want to inspire, motivate, and encourage people to pursue their passions, talents, and goals. So our target audience is anyone basically. But we principally want to encourage younger people because when you're younger is when you can do the most. But we love it when older people are also able to gain and benefit from what we're doing. So today we have Jessie, who's going to be telling us about his journey into his career. Jessie is my cousin, and he's had a very interesting career journey. And he's come very far, and I'm so proud of him. So I wanted him to come along and share with us how he became a software developer and all the other things he does on the side as well. So Jessie, I'll ask you to introduce yourself and your job, what you do.
Okay. Just before we start, someone just mentioned there's quite a lot of echo. Not sure if I need to mute myself or you have to mute yours.
Okay. If I mute myself, the Instagram guys can't hear me. Okay.
What would you like me to do?
Let me mute myself on Instagram. Let's see.
Okay. Any better? Yeah, no echoes anymore. No echoes anymore. Yeah.
But can they hear me on this?
Do you want to ask?
Can you hear me on Instagram? Yeah. I don't know how to solve this. Okay, I'll reduce my volume.
Okay.
That's the best I can do.
Okay.
Let's see.
Try see if I can do similar on
mine. Thank you guys for joining. Let me know, guys. Is the echo better?
Can anyone hear an echo still? I guess everyone's okay now. All right.
Okay, when I'm talking, can you guys hear an echo? It's not much response.
I mean, I can't hear anything on my side anymore, so.
Okay.
Yeah, someone just said echo is better now.
Better now?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's better to be on mute then. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so yes, Jessie, would you like to introduce yourself, what you do, and then in addition to that, can you tell us your favorite movie?
Oh, that's going to be interesting. So my name is Jessie Appiah, and I work as a junior developer in Horiba, and that's in Northampton. They've got businesses around the world. So the main office is in Japan, and I mainly work to just improve people's work lives there. So we work on things called Blackjack Project, which I'm not sure if it exactly started in Japan, but what they try to do essentially is people suggest ways to improve the business to save costs, and we try and implement them so through automation. So we, for example, if a spreadsheet which takes an hour to fill out can be sorted out within 2 minutes, then that's what we do to be able to make that 58 minutes available for something else to be done instead. And what else do I do? I also have a side job where I help with businesses, small and large businesses, in terms of their websites and tech issues. So I'm just a tech guy for them, basically. And what else do I do? So that's job wise. And my favorite movie. Hmm, I don't know. Right now, I've got the Encanto song stuck in my head. I'm not going to say it's my favorite movie at the moment, but it's a good movie. My favorite movie, it's tough. There's been a lot of good movies, and I review them very harshly, but I do like Inception. I know it's an old movie now. It's not that old, but still, I do like the whole concept. They started a nice mind-bending concept there. So, yeah, I do like Inception.
Okay, Inception. Okay, interesting. All right, we'll get started with the questions then. But
Okay.
before we do that, just to let you know that we have three parts of the interview. So it is me interviewing you. That's the main part
Mhm.
of the interview. And then at some point, we'll take a little break, and then we will have a fun activity.
Okay.
So this could be a challenge. This could be me asking you random questions, not really related to work
Okay.
or career or anything. And then we have a final section, which is the audience Q&A.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll get into the interview now. But for the audience, please get your questions ready. So as you're listening, if there are any questions that you have, just get them ready. Those on Instagram, there is a chat. There's a question box on Instagram. And then those on Facebook or YouTube, do hold your questions a little bit further because the questions will come very quickly and I won't be able to monitor the questions. So, um, yeah, that is it. So, Jesse, can you tell us about what you wanted to be when you were younger?
Oh,
I'm sure you
wow.
went through different phases of jobs.
Um, when I was younger, I wanted to be an inventor. So Dexter's Laboratory was my role model. So I really wanted to be an inventor at that time. And so because of that, I thought I wanted to do robotics. I thought that's the best way for me to go. And so I tried robotics and, well, not robotics, sorry, I tried mechanical engineering and I realized I didn't like that aspect of it. And the aspect I really enjoyed really was just the software part. So I tried to see what I could do regarding software, and that's when my current journey, I say my journey actually began. So I finished university engineering with mechanical design and manufacturing. And then what did I do afterwards? I then went into customer services, worked at university, and then management. And then I finally decided on what I wanted to do, which was being able to choose to work, not have to work. And I wanted to be able to stay at home with the kids when I get married. So at least that way I can at least, well, have time with them. And I try to kind of work backwards from there and then decided that, okay, how do I get to this point? And I thought, what is it that I'm good at? And what is it that I can actually add value to? And from my little brainstorm, brain map thing, I then came down to software, well, not software design per se, but project management. And then it came to creating things and it came to creating things through coding. So that's when my coding journey began and it went into software development. And that's where I am right now. So
Okay.
a lot of it was self-study. There were a lot of free courses online as well because of COVID. And yeah, so my whole journey actually has been free, which has been interesting. So yeah, most courses tend to charge like £300, 1,000, and so forth. So I'm quite grateful that I was able to find the free courses for that. So when people tend to need help with software development, I always try and find them the courses that I had or are now available for free that they can use as well.
Okay, right. Okay, so from what you said, I noticed that you kind of were interested in the IT sort of thing,
hmm
for from what you said.
hmm
So how long have you been working as a software developer?
Um, I have almost a year now, so February 2nd would be a year for me. Yeah. So before that, I was working in IT, I was working in telephony, and then I was working in first line. So Yeah, it's been it's been 2 years in IT itself and 1 year in development.
Okay. 2 years and then 1 year.
Yes.
Okay. And so for those people who don't know what software development is, what is software development?
So software development is basically being able to create the applications we use, like what we're using right now on um, Restream, to be able to stream from here to Instagram to Facebook. Software development creates things like the apps we'd use. So one of the things I'm doing right now in my spare time is learning to make apps. It's from anything that we can physically interact with. Software engineering is being able to complete what's already been, well, not complete, to be able to make efficient or even better what's already there. So software development gets it out there, software engineering manages it and improves it.
Okay, all right. And I know you a bit more,
Mhm.
but can you tell others about your job journey? What was your first job, and what was the progression from there?
My first job was in customer services. I was working in the student union at Plymouth University in the shop. That was my first ever job. And I remember my manager still, yeah, because after I got the job, I remember I gave him a hug because I was so happy I got the job. It was the first job I ever had. So journey started there with customer services, worked in the reception. Then I ended up working with students as a hall coordinator, worked with that for 3 years, and then came back to Milton Keynes. I then worked in customer services in Volkswagen Financial Services, then worked in IT first line for Computer Center, and then I worked in where did I go after that? I worked in Alliance Automotive Group as a telephony engineer, and then I went to work as a what did I work as afterwards? It was a what did I work as afterwards? I went into oh goodness, I need to pull out my CV for this. What did I do? It was like first line again, but I can't remember what the name of it was. Um, but it was essentially like first line again. And then my current job role as software development, junior software developer. Sorry, yeah. And yeah, it's been great. People I'm working with, has been great. The environment's been great. Um, haven't had any issues there. If something comes up, I ask about it, and it gets resolved right away. So yeah, it's been great. It's been great.
Okay. So what's the goal? Let's talk about the future. What's the goal from
Um,
where you are now? Is there a specific job title that you want to have in that
um,
role,
um,
in that industry, let's say?
um, Not necessarily. Initially, it was supposed to be like a project manager, but I've realized that it's more of as long as I'm doing a job that I'm good at and I can enjoy, then there's no issue there. So it's more of what the next challenge will be. So I'm not sure where it will take me, but as long as it's still within coding and development, because I like being able to create something instead of working on something that's already there. So I'm hoping that I can work in a field that I can still add value by creating solutions to people's problems.
Okay, good. And on the side, I know that you do other things. Can you tell other people what you tend to do on the side, business wise, career wise, creativity wise? What do you tend to do?
Okay, so I tend to do so on the side. Where do I even start? Business wise, I work, as I said before, as the tech guy for a couple of businesses, and essentially it goes from sorting out websites to simple issues with emails or even just organizing domains for them. So a lot of it tends to be web focused. And I used to do photography, but then I decided that it's best to focus on, like I said, what well, not what I'm good at, but what will help me reach my goal. Because photography I enjoyed, I was good at photography, but it wasn't what my heart desired to be able to reach the goal I have, because there's a lot of things that I enjoy doing, but doing it and doing it as a job is two different things. So yeah, I enjoy doing photography, but I couldn't continue to do it as a job because it wasn't where I wanted to end up. So I wanted to be able to create something, not just capture people's enjoyable moments. So unfortunately, I had to put that down. And so currently, what am I doing? Also doing investments as well, and also what is it right now that I'm doing? I've already said websites. Sorry, said troubleshooting, investments. No, that's it actually, because the rest of it hasn't begun yet. Because I'm planning to do a YouTube channels for just intro stuff for what I've been doing with software development, just to help people with simple solutions. So sometimes, for example, I wanted to rename files, but I have tons of them, and instead of going through all 100 of them, I tend to someone just said I am not happy. So instead of going through each.
You've gone a little bit.
Oh, 1 second. Let me just see if I can do that. Yeah. And do that.
You're fine now.
There we go. Okay. Where was I?
Yeah, you're fine now.
What was I saying? Software development, what I've done. And what I'm currently doing, yes. So hope
Don't worry.
in the near future.
I have something I want to ask you.
Okay. So hopefully in the near future, I'm planning to do a YouTube channel. That way I can post more about what I do with software development. And yeah.
No, you can finish what you were going to say. It's a bit delayed on my side.
Oh, okay. And is there anything else that I'm doing at the moment? Got some pages about mental health just to help people out there, and poems, and that's it really. Yeah. Hello? Hello?
Yes, I was going to ask about the poems. But before we do that, when did you start photography? What age did you start photography?
Oh, I started that literally just as I was leaving the university, to be honest. One of my current clients, previously, they used to be doing workshops for intros into photography, into weddings and so forth. And I went to one of their workshops, and it was really an eye opener into just what could be done, how to get yourself organized and so forth. And that helped me to also get into weddings, because one of my friends was getting married there in Plymouth too. So I captured their wedding, and they asked for both photography and videography. And that's when I learned you can't be in two places at once. So I learned which one I enjoy the most. And I love videography as well, but I realized it's best to just pick one out of the two and not focus on both, because I would stress myself out. So yeah. The lady's name was Amber, and I think she still does workshops. Her website is libertypearlphotography.com. So if anyone's interested, it's best to check out. What else do I do? And then from there, started to work with businesses. So I helped this lady who was doing for smartwear for middle-aged women, which it was really great. It was first time working with models as well, so that was good. And weddings, birthdays, weddings, and yeah, it went on from there. And my last wedding, I literally ended it with a bang, because they were great pictures. So yeah, I was glad I ended it with a good bang. Yeah.
Wow. Did it pay much? Did the whole photography and videography, did it pay much, or
It did. It paid a good amount.
was it bringing in income?
Yeah, I mean, I was able to sustain off it for 2 years, so it was bringing in income, but it wasn't where I wanted to stay at, because I wanted to be able to do more than just capture what made people happy. I wanted to create something that solved people's problems, and that's where my heart desire lied, was being able to create solutions to people's problems. So that's why I started to think, okay, this is what I enjoy doing. What are the things I'm good at that can contribute to it, that can actually help me obtain these? And I started to work forward from there. So that's when I started to think, okay, I'm good at coding. I've loved coding. I understand what I'm doing there. So why don't I give that a try? Why don't I go back to it? And when I went back to it, I realized just how much I loved it. And I should have just chosen that in uni. So yeah, life lessons. Choose what you enjoy and what you're good at, not what you think you would like. So yeah.
Mm. Okay. And I know you for Evol, EVOL,
Oh yeah, the
which
every
is,
version
can
of
you tell people
life.
about what that was and why you decided to start Evol?
Oh, that so every version of life, it was basically love backwards. So it was like a mirror. But I started initially just to help people throughout the pandemic, and it was to show them that whatever they're going through in life, that there are others out there who are going through similar. So essentially, I did that just to uplift people's spirits, just so they didn't feel so downtrodden throughout the whole pandemic situation. And now things have eased up. I haven't been able to, not been able to, I haven't made time for it. So I haven't gone back to it. There's been other things that I've been doing in the meantime, but we'll see how things go. If my schedule does ease up, then I may go back into it. But I've kept the website and the name and all the other links. So we'll see how that goes from now on.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that was very, very good. Thank you, Jesse. And your career journey and
Mhm,
software development, all the things that you did between university and where you are now. What was
mhm.
the hardest thing that you've had to overcome to get to where you are? Is there a point in life where you were like, "Oh, this is so hard. I want to give up." Like, and
Um,
then how did you get out of it?
I'm a very persistent person, so it's the I want to give up didn't come up for me. But there were hard times where I just thought that it's going to take me a while to get to where I want to be. That
Mm.
I felt disheartened, but most of the time it was because I was learning something that I had no knowledge of. I didn't have a teacher that I could speak to about it. So being self-taught as a developer was tough because the people that you would normally have in uni to speak to about it, I didn't have that support group or that mentor to go to. So a lot of it was problem solving on my own. And that helped in a way because now, even at work, when people have issues, I'm able to find out what's the current issue, how do we diagnose it, and what solutions are available. And then I'm able to help them through it. So it's been really, really, really a big eye opener for me. So being able to do that whole process by myself has been able to help me to help others even better because I know that, okay, these are the parts I had to go through, and I don't need you to go through that same issue. So this is what you can do instead of having to go through all that. But I'll still explain what happened when I went through all that and why it didn't work, just so at least they have that knowledge. But at least it saves them time of having to go through all that trouble of scrambling for information.
Okay, so it's a bit delayed on my side, so
Oh, that
there
would
might
make
be a bit of
sense.
a
Okay.
pause before you answer a question.
That would
So,
make sense.
so I have a final question for you,
Mhm.
and then we'll go into the fan segment, and then people can ask questions.
Okay.
So my question to you is, what would you say are the biggest lessons that you learned through your whole career journey? I know that you do this thing called before 30.
Yeah.
So if you could summarize the things that you've learned throughout your whole years until 30, what would it be? I'm sure you've had
Um,
a lot of them, but what would it be if you could
I'm I'm
just pick a few
still
of them?
I'm still learning them at the moment. I've still got 7 months before that, so I'm still learning them. But one of the main things I've learned is that time is a valuable resource, and there is really a difference between making time for something or someone or finding time for something or someone. So being able to decide what is worth it to you to make time for means that you're going to put the effort in. But the things you find time for, the things that are there, as in it's not an urgent, it's not necessary, it's just there. It's like the differences between needs and wants. So I've learned that time is really a resource that I need to manage properly, and I need to make time for the right things. And for the things that don't necessarily matter, if I find time for it, I find time for it. But at least it won't have as much of an impact on my life. So yeah, so time, manage your time basically. Have a schedule.
Right. All right. Thank you, Jessie.
That's okay.
So, guys, if you're watching, if you're still online, please make sure you send your questions if you have any. We're going to go into the fan segment now. Those of you on YouTube and Facebook can also send your questions, and then I'll take them when we're done with our fun segment. Okay, so I was thinking of either letting you do a challenge or asking you questions.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, you mentioned you do poetry. Do you have any of them close to you that you can do?
Not with me, no. Not
That
with
you can
me.
read? Are there any of the poems that you can read out to us now?
I
Not with
honestly,
you.
the minute they come, I write them down,
Okay,
so
you've got
I
out of
actually
that one.
don't have it in mind, and my phone's up
Okay,
there. So,
what other skill do you have
what other skill do
apart
I
from
have?
computing skills, programming skills?
Problem solving,
I don't believe that.
puzzles. What else do I do? Hmm. I don't know. Comedy is not my thing because I do dad jokes, so no one ever laughs at my jokes, but I still love them. They're brilliant jokes. Like, what's light and blue? Yeah, I
Okay.
can't really think.
How about instruments? Do you play any instruments, maybe?
I used to play piano. I wanted to learn guitar, but I haven't been able to make time for it. So that's whenever I have more time. But no instruments, no vocal cords, none of that. I give good advice, like that I can do. That I can do.
Oh dear. Well, you do. That's fine. You do have a lot. It seems like you're very, very skilled anyway. So even if you don't have these musical ones, but I think you do have musical talent. It's just you haven't practiced enough or you forgot about it. Um,
Possibly.
Mom, that's not a skill. My mom says you love kids.
Oh, I do. I teach the kids at church, so I'm one of the Sunday school teachers.
Okay, so thank you, Mom. So we're gonna go into the get to know me questions.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, then teaching is a skill.
Actually,
All
yeah,
right.
that's true. That is
Okay.
true.
So I'm gonna ask
Most
you
of the
20
time.
questions, and you have to answer as quickly as you can.
Okay.
Okay. So first question. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Um.
First question is
Mhm.
when is your birthday?
12th July. Hello.
Okay, we're back.
Ah,
Second question is what is your favorite color?
blue, black, and white. It's not one, sadly. I know, but I mean, look, even this one, blue, black, white. It's not. It's not one, sadly.
So it's not one color, it's all the three combined is
Yeah.
your favorite color.
So literally, all I have even in my wardrobe just blue, black, and white. People keep saying I need to get other colors in there. I tried getting a yellow one. I've never worn it. It's literally still got the tag on it. But yeah, it's still blue, black, and white.
That's very interesting. I can't believe it. Okay, so blue, black, and white. Okay.
Mhm.
What is your favorite day of the week?
Sunday. Yeah.
Okay, why Sunday?
Church. Um, I get to see everyone, so yeah, me, I enjoy Sundays.
Okay. What is your favorite food?
Ooh, anything with meat inside. I'm not a fish person that much. So yeah, it used to be jollof rice, but these days it's just anything with meat inside.
Jess, you have to be specific.
uh, Jollof rice, but
Okay.
it's mainly anything with meat inside: chicken, fried rice, curry. What else is out there? Soups, steaks. Yeah, it's just meats. Yeah.
Okay. I'll take jollof rice.
Okay.
Okay. Uh, what is your favorite ice cream flavor?
Ooh, chocolate.
Chocolate. That was
Yeah.
easy. Do you have any
Do I have a?
pets?
No, but I do want to get a husky when I get married. So at least if I get like a puppy husky, then they can grow up with my kid together. Then yeah, that'll be a whole nice thing. But I do want to get a husky. I could get one here, but I'm not allowed pets here. So
Oh,
I'll wait. When I move to a place that I am allowed pets legally without having to break the rules, then yeah, I'll do so. But people still have pets here though.
okay. Husky. Yeah, they're cute.
Yeah, they're
Um,
big and cute. They're ferocious.
exactly. What do you like to do in your free time?
Um, Lately, I'm learning to relax, so I read a lot, and I'm going back to playing games as well. So yeah, so mainly reading and playing games. The book I'm still reading is part of the Sword of Truth series. I'm on the fifth one. It's by Terry Goodkind. And I do want to start listening to podcasts. A friend of mine started one of theirs called Where Do I Begin about investments. So I keep saying I'll go ahead to listen through. So I need to spend time on that. And what else do I need to, do I want to do? Well, guitar, I did say, but I'm also trying to learn new skills in between. So hence the app development. And I do want to learn to swim at some point. So yeah.
Your list is very, very long.
Yeah, that's why I said I have a schedule. So like every 2 months, there's something on it. So I keep just switching them on. The space is there, the time slot's there. I just switch what's in that time slot.
Okay. Have you been able to accomplish any of the ones that you've already put on your?
I'm actually still doing the app development right now. So I'm hoping that when I finish it, I can make myself a little schedule app so that I can go through what I'm doing each month, each week, and each day.
What is it going to be called? I think it's going to be good for everyone to keep them organized.
I'll I'll think of a name. I'll probably do like a poll on Instagram or something, and then find out what people are happy with for the name, and just take suggestions because a lot of ideas come from from a big group of people, not just one person. So it's good to get other
Mm.
people's ideas and inputs. Yeah.
Okay, guys. So if you're online right now, Jesse's developing an app to keep you scheduled and on task. So do watch out for it and make sure that you download it and also contribute to the final decision on how it's going to be made if you're able to. All right. Few questions left. What was your favorite subject at school? Let's go for
Maths,
secondary school.
maths, maths. Yeah,
Okay. So you're really good with maths then.
yeah. Unfortunately.
Wow. Wow.
Oh,
If
good.
you're good with maths, you're just exceptionally good. Okay. What is your favorite book?
Web novel. No, real book. I'll have to say the Sword of Truth series. I'm kind of going. Actually, no. I have to lie. I have to say the Bible, but that's obvious. So, book I'm reading, I would say the Sword of Truth series. It's really good. Like they're thick, but they have so much information in terms of like the content of the story, the characters is so detailed to the point that they even made um, a um, a TV show version of it, and you could tell which character was which because it was so detailed in the description that they just made the characters look like that. And I thought it's really good, but really, really good. So yeah,
Mm,
Soul of Truth series is a very good book, Terry Goodkind. Yeah.
okay. This is going to be this or that. My very few questions left.
Okay.
This or that. Netflix or Amazon Prime?
Netflix.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Fufu or Banku?
Fufu.
Wache or Jollof?
Jollof.
Scotland or England?
England.
England football team or Black Stars?
I don't really watch football, so
You have to choose.
yeah, I can flip a coin. I don't mind any.
You
Um,
have to choose.
um, if you ask me any of the footballers from any of them, I don't know. So I don't know. I don't know. I really just don't watch football. I'm so sorry. I do know some names of England football teams because I hear my brothers and my dad talking about it, but that's it.
You don't really do football.
Not at all. Not in the slightest.
So during the World Cup, you won't be watching the football.
I mean, the only reason I'll watch it is if my brothers want to say something about it. Like I'll put it on the background when I'm working, but I wouldn't be focusing on it. It's not my thing at all.
Okay, interesting. All right. Okay, my final question in terms of this or that
Mhm.
would be not swimming, um, bicycle riding
Okay.
or mountain climbing.
Oh, I'd like to try mountain climbing. I'm very scared of heights, but progress, being brave. So I'd like to give it a try. I mean, I'm not going to get far, but at least I'd like to give it a try. Even if I just get like a few feet off, that's okay. Baby
Okay.
step.
So mountain climbing for challenge.
Yeah.
Okay, but you can ride a bicycle though.
Oh yeah, I can ride a bike. I've actually done my motorbike lessons, so I've got
Ah,
my compulsory CBT. I've got my CBT, so I need to get myself a 125 to practice on before I do my 600cc. So yeah,
wow. Yeah, you have a lot of things on your to-do list for your free time.
hence why I just keep putting them in blocks.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Very good. Thank you, Jessie. So that's our
Someone just said
questions for
hello.
you.
Hi.
And the comment section is really interesting.
Okay.
So everyone, this is your time now. So this is your time to ask Jesse your questions. If there are any questions that you had while he was talking about his journey to where he is now, do go ahead and put them in the chat. Um, on Instagram, you can do that on the question box at the bottom. And obviously on Facebook and Instagram, you can do the normal chat. So put those down here. And while you're thinking of your questions, I'll ask Jesse one question. Jesse, can you? Is it echoing for you? Because I can
No,
hear.
no, not for me.
Okay,
I
I can
did
hear
have one
I can hear
person
it.
send me a question that my career highlight and how has God worked in my career. So you could add them to the question lists.
Okay, yeah. So your career highlights and
How God has worked in my career.
how God has worked in your career. Okay, yeah. Go ahead. It's a good
Oh,
question.
sorry. I thought you're going to go through the questions. Um,
I can't see
Career
it.
highlight. Career highlight would probably be the, this job that I've landed because it was beyond my expectations. I'm working on the principle of do a job that I'm good at and do my side job on what I enjoy. So that way I have no issues whatsoever. And I know that there'll be no issues at work because I'm good at it. And my side hustle, it's my own time, so I can always make sure I learn to make sure I can provide that value for people too. So
Mm,
my career highlight is landing this job, which has been really good. And plus, I like the Japanese culture, so there's always a chance to go to Japan when the COVID situation calms down. So I'm looking forward to that. So hopefully, sometime this year, next year, or 2 years from now, yeah, I'll be able to go there. Not by my own money, but by the company paying for it. So that'll be brilliant. And how God has worked in my career, I'd say throughout every step, because my principal since 2 years ago now is that I literally just leave tomorrow in God's hands, because I worry a lot, and people know I worry a lot. So for me to just not worry a lot, I've just left things in God's hands, because if I keep thinking, what am I going to do tomorrow? How am I going to sort this out? How am I going to pay for this? It becomes a headache, and it stresses me out. And I've realized that it's just best to just leave the day for tomorrow. Sorry, leave tomorrow for God. And well, today I focus on today. So yeah,
Mm,
so that's how God's been walking me through my career, and it's been going well,
yeah,
and haven't had any issues. Yeah,
mm, that's great advice.
thank
That's
you.
great advice. Yeah. Thank you so much, Jesse. Um, and I had a question. I can't even remember what it is. Did I write it down? Um, yes. So, investment.
Hmm.
So what kind of investments are you most interested in?
Um,
Thank you for joining, everyone. Sorry.
Three really. Um, Currently interested in investing in businesses. Excuse me, investing in businesses, investing in stocks, and investing in cryptocurrency. Sorry, chest. Yes. So three at the moment. What I try to do is just put a small amount of money. It's really not much each month, but something like £50 or something just aside each month to put into either a business, a cryptocurrency, or a stock, and then just wait for it. Because there are two ways to do investments, where you do longs or shorts. And if you do shorts, you're basically buying now, and then when it goes up a little, you sell it, and then you just buy again. When it goes up a little, you sell it. Or longs, where you buy it, you wait, and you just keep waiting for like months or a year, and then you sell it. So the different ways to go about investments, you can choose to even invest in stocks, where after a year you get paid dividends, which is a percentage of um, the sorry, it's a percentage of the profits from the company that they're given to the investors. So if, let's say, you have 1% of the entire company stock, then whatever profits they get, if they get £100, £1 dividend you get that year, every year, until you sell your stock. So if they get £1,000, £10, £10,000, £100, and so forth. So when they get millions, you're close to about £10,000 in just that 1%. So
Mm,
yeah, works out quite well. Um, what I'm trying to do is pay off my debts, and through that, I can use whatever I have left to invest. Because I've realized that there are three ways to use money: whether you spend it, whether you invest it, or whether you
waste it.
no, not waste it. Save it. So save, spend, or invest. And if you save it, it's not working for you. Oh, actually, let's not say invest. Let's say be smart with your money. So smart, spend, to three S's: smart, spend, save. So you can save your money where it would just sit there and do nothing. You can spend your money. I feel like this is a parable in the Bible. I'm very sure about it. There was something similar to this, where they had talent. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they had talents. Someone
Talent,
chose
yeah.
to keep their money, dig the money, and then keep the money there. Someone chose to spend it. Someone chose to invest it and make more money from it. So similar to that, where you can choose to spend your money on something or someone, or give it away to somebody. That's still spending your money. You can choose to save in
Mm,
a bank account and just leave it there, or you can choose to be smart with it and put it somewhere where it can work for you, so you can get your money back and then more. So yeah, there are three ways to use your money, and right now I'm learning to be smart with it. So that way, I've made sure I've paid my bills, paid my debts, and the small bit that's left, I can be smart with it to actually make sure I can get a bit extra from that. Yeah.
mm, yeah. Thank you. Zoe said the guy that did nothing with it got sent to the dogs. Yes,
Yes.
there is a Bible. Oh my
Thank
God.
you. I knew. I was like, this sounds way too familiar.
Yeah.
Thank you for
There's
that.
actually quite a few of them in the Bible which are about investments and, wasting
Yeah.
money and all of
There,
that.
there is
So
one
there's
as
a
well
few of
about a
them.
farmer. It's the Second Corinthians 9:6, about if you give generous, no, not give generous. If you sow small, you reap small. If you sow generously, you reap generously. So it's similar to investments. If you put a small amount in there, you only get a
Mm,
small amount back. If you put a large amount in there, you get a large amount back. Yeah.
yeah. Very true. Yeah. Thank you for that, Zoe. And 3S is smart, spend, and save.
Save. Yeah.
So the smart is to do with
Yeah.
investment, basically. Okay. Okay. So we're learning a lot today.
Smart
Investment.
money, spending money, saving money.
Okay. Where did you get that from? Was
Oh
that
no,
a
I
book
just
or
thought of it
just an
now.
article?
I just thought of it now.
Oh wow. Wow, look at you.
Oh.
Very soon you'll be writing your own book.
We'll have to see. We'll have
Okay.
to see.
Thank you for that. Still waiting for your questions, guys. I don't want to ask Jessie all my questions. I want you guys to ask questions as well. So ask questions. Yeah. We'll stop in about 5 minutes. So we wrap up in about 5 minutes. So if there are no questions that come in, I will ask you to what advice would you give to someone regarding making like a decision regarding their career? Did you sit down to plan your career?
Yeah, yeah,
Did you do some research into what you wanted to do,
yeah.
or did it just happen for you? Did you
Oh
just
no, it was
yeah?
planned. What I'd say is it's best to establish a goal first. So if you know where you want to be in life in however many years' time, if you establish that goal first and then work backwards from there. So let's say you want to be a manager, or even, no, let's say you want to be a CEO for a company. So first thing you have to think of is, okay, what qualifications you need to be a CEO? CEO tends to at least two type of people where one of them either have a master's or the other one of them has been in the business for a long time. And then you work your way down from that tree. You then decide, okay, if I need to be in the business for a long time, what kind of business do I want to be in? And then from that, you tell yourself, what can I actually add to that business? Can you add value to it? And from that, you decide how can you add value? And then you decide from there where your career path would be, because some people can add value in terms of being human resources. Some people are great in terms of marketing. Some people are great at problem solving. Some people are just great in just managing people and just want to be managers. So to even just be a manager itself, you just have to find out how can you gain those leadership skills, those people skills, those communication skills, and then you could work from there. So I'd say start from your goal and work backwards and just build it like a little tree, like that, those little tree diagrams, and then decide from there where do you want to end up.
Good. Yeah, that's very, very good advice. Goal setting is very important and working your way back. Okay. We have a few questions. I'll go for this one and I'll end with Zoe's questions. Zoe, I'll do yours last. Christine says, how do you stay motivated?
So how do I stay motivated? I try not to stress myself out with too much. The thing is, sometimes you can overburden yourself with too much expectations of this is where I need to be by this time, or I need to achieve this by this amount of time, or I need to complete it by then. I try to tell myself that, okay, we're taking baby steps. This is what we've completed today, and we're going to try and complete more than this. So every day, just look at how far you've come and look at how far you're going to get. There are some times where it feels like you've taken a step back, or you're taking longer to problem solve a situation or to understand a concept. But even through those times, because you already enjoy what you're doing, you're going to want to, I say want to, because if you're doing something because you enjoy it, no one can say that, okay, you need to push yourself towards it, because you yourself are the one who started this because you enjoy it. If it's something that you're not enjoying and you're pushing yourself to do, you're going to end up deflating or just running out of battery, because you will stress yourself out because you're trying to achieve a goal for someone else but not for yourself. So yeah, I stay motivated by doing the things that I enjoy, not the things that I have to. That no, not have to. That the things that people want me to. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay. All right. Good points. Good points. Do what you love.
Yeah. Do what you
Okay. All right. And Zoe says, who are your favorite songs, artists?
love. Ah, goodness. Listening to Anthony Bradford. I think that's his name. Goodness, this is how much we rely on technology. Everything's on my phone. Who are my favorite artists? That's a tough one to get off the top of my head. I know some of the songs, but if you ask me who sang them, I remember part of their names. But I have the playlist all sorted out on my Spotify. So if you type in The Real Genius Spotify, it'll come up. I can't remember.
Okay.
Goodness.
So favorite artists you don't know because
I don't know them by name, but I know their songs. Like Dante Bowie, Anthony Bradford, Disney. I don't know what else.
Jessie, honestly.
I'm growing up. My
Okay.
memory's disappearing.
The next time I speak to you, you need to know who the artists of the songs are.
I'll write it down on a piece of paper and keep it with me.
We want to know. Okay, last question.
I'd say that. I have my Spotify on here, don't I? Might be able to get it. If you go ahead with the next question, I'll see if I can drag it up.
Okay. Okay. Oh, it's just contribution. Sorry, it's not a question. Okay. All right. So that's the end of our interview for today. I wanted it to be an hour so you can go back to work, and you're a busy man, as I've learned today. So I want you to be able to accomplish something from your to-do list today. Thank you so much for joining us, Jessie. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. I don't think there are any extra questions. So we'll leave it. We'll call it a day. And thank you all so much for staying on. And Jessie, thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you for having me.
And looking forward to having a part 2 when you've developed the app and you've developed even more apps and all of that.
That would be great. Yeah.
So we'll be the first to call you.
Okay. I look forward to it.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye. And let's end it here as well. Thank you so much, Jessie.
Okay. I'll just take this.
Bye.
Oh. Bye, guys.
Bye.